each open a pair of women's singles semifinals on deck here on Championship Court. We'll have Bobbi Oshiro taking on Sofia Sewing. Over on Players Court, it is Kat Stewart facing off against Yana Newell. You can see that other semifinal matchup on our APP TV stream. Of course, stay with us right here for this matchup between Oshiro and Sewing. This one will not disappoint, Chad. We talked at the beginning of the broadcast about Bobbi Oshiro potentially being the dark horse. Doesn't play singles very often. You'll often hear her say, I don't know why I signed up for singles. And inevitably, she always makes deep runs into the draw.
That's the majority of singles player. It's a love-hate relationship with the singles. But, you know, Oshiro does have the tennis background, played collegiate tennis at Boise. You know, she is, I think she's got that surprise factor because she does talk about like not wanting to play singles so much, but then she comes in, she's got the ground strokes. Her biggest asset is her ability to come forward and really take control of the kitchen line, put pressure on with the touch volleys. As we see it come up here.
Oshiro watches that sail long.
That's going to be the key for Oshiro right there, is getting up to the kitchen line before Sewing does so she can really take control.
Side out, point one.
1 point apiece. Sewing forehand into the net. That was something that nearly cost her against Simone Jargin. Had a rash of unforced errors.
Yeah, Sewing came out a little bit slower there in game one in the quarterfinal, turned it around in games 2 and 3.
Well, that has been, as Sewing misses the return there, that has been the scenario throughout Sewing's first 2 matches. She dropped the opening game against Helen Toe, then dropped the opening against Jargin, as Oshiro gifting a point on a wild serve. Win picking up here.
2-3.
And another forehand miss from Sewing. If you're Bobbi Oshiro, and there's still a long way to go, how important is it to tuck away this opening game?
Well, you always want to get out and take that first game, not give Sewing the opportunity to really get ahead.
Sofia Sewing has made every championship Sunday on tour this season. Oh, Oshiro catching the outside of the line as she's opened up a 4-point advantage.
6-2.
That time Oshiro short on the forehand, side out.
Oh, no.
God, Oshiro, it looked like a little stumble there, perhaps wrong-footed as she was going for the crossover. Yeah,
got tripped up a little bit there and went to go with the touch volley.
I know the touch volley is not one of your favorites, but Oshiro may be one of the best in terms of the execution of it.
Well, I think in that situation there, it was okay because Sewing was deep behind the baseline.
Oh,
that's a perfect
smart
setup right there, though. Little angle out wide and takes it down the line. You know, the matches that Sewing has lost, or even the games that Sewing has lost, that shorter ball, that angled ball where Sewing is now having to kind of travel a longer distance rather than going corner to corner. That's where she's struggled. When Pei Kao beat her in Fort Lauderdale back in April, she used that middle ball with an angle out wide to really open up the court.
I'm glad you corrected yourselves as that return goes long to games lost, because Sewing's only lost 2 matches this year, 31-2, and the only matches that she's lost have come on Championship Sunday. Sewing may be one of the players that we see in the Women's Open coming up later this season. Of course, that tournament coming up in October. It'll be October 3rd through 5th at Pickle and Chill in Columbus, Ohio, open to women of all ages and abilities. What a fantastic event that is going to be.
Yeah, it was a great event last year. Definitely something that the women look forward to, and showcasing their skills and also for a good cause. Dom and I talk about it all the time. Women's doubles is probably our favorite event, because it's power, it's hands battles, it's high energy.
A high level of competition in any event designed for women to compete, celebrate, and connect in the name of breast cancer awareness is a great event to be at and to be part of, as we are back to action here on Championship Court. Bobbi Oshiro leading the top seed, Sofia Sewing, by 6 after that last miss forehand from Sewing.
10-4.
Oh, the touch, just kissing the outside of the line from Oshiro. Look at how thin this margin is.
Well, that's that cut volley, that finesse volley right there from Oshiro that she's so good about. You see her out in front, creating that angle early.
Side out. 0.5.
Sewing able to stay in it. Work to do. Has it been more about Oshiro's game or the Sewing errors so far in your opinion?
I think Oshiro has done a good job of opening up the court and putting some pressure on Sewing. You know, obviously, a lot of the time it does come down to errors.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's a prime example, right? So, you know, we talk about it comes down to errors, but actually a lot of the errors that Sewing has right now, they're forced errors. She's not making a lot of unforced errors, and we just saw Oshiro hit like 6 different parts of the court right there.
Pull that one just a bit wide, and so often we do have the conversation about placement over power, because your opponent can adjust to the power of your ball, but having to track it down is a different animal entirely.
Another good approach shot there from Sewing. You know, we talk about it all the time. Sewing's so dangerous if you give her an opening. And if Sewing can really start hitting those deeper balls, putting pressure on Oshiro, pushing her back from that baseline, you know, Sewing's certainly not out of game 1 here.
Oh, good adjustment. And then Sewing rolls it in the corner for another point. She's back within 4, rally scoring. That is not a safe lead.
We're sorry as soon as it came off of the paddle right there as well from Sewing.
8-12.
Oh, no. The undercut on that ball from Bobbi Oshiro was wicked.
Yeah, and that's where Sewing just rushed that volley right there, pulled it down across the body. That is a volley right there that is going to hurt to miss.
I had a wide open court behind Oshiro.
13-8.
Oh, good get. Yeah.
Oshiro puts it away in the back corner, and she has worked herself a game point, up 14-8.
Well, clean on the volleys there again from Oshiro.
Another timeout taken by Sofia Sewing, and the one thing that we have not addressed in terms of the importance of Oshiro winning this opening game is she is playing on the side that so far has been less favorable to the players.
Yeah, 100%. Sewing really hasn't been able to put any pressure on Oshiro with those more aggressive ground strokes. Oshiro's done a good job of, not only moving the ball around, but changing speeds, changing spin as well. We've seen, a couple of slice or cut forehands, backhands, then she adds in the heavier topspin, deeper ball. So, a very good job from Bobbi Oshiro here in game one, changing heights, changing speeds, changing location, and then also choosing the right balls to come forward. And she's really been clean, bar a couple of misses on some touch volleys, but she's been very clean up at the kitchen line as well.
Of all of the things that you mentioned in terms of pace, location, picking the right ball, which has been the most effective in your opinion?
Honestly, I think it's been, the change of spin of she's hit some very good slices, which we've already seen on this court today, even on some of the top spin balls that they're staying down. You throw a heavy slice in there as well that stays down and kind of slides through the court. It's throwing off Sewing's timing, and that's allowed Oshiro to move that ball around.
Out of the timeout, Oshiro capitalizes on her first game point with a cross-court winner. The number 4 seed, 1 game away from moving on to Championship Sunday.
Wow.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
See you, hun. Dad, let's fix that knee.
I'll make an appointment.
For more natural feel and a faster recovery, we're going to use Rosa Robotics and Persona, the personalized knee.
Remember your exercises, Dad. Looking like yourself again.
Feeling like it too.
Are you ready to meet your grandpa?
At QVC, this is the age of possibility. It's you in bloom. Express your style. Be your bold self. Make your next move at QVC. This is the age of possibility. Shop now at QVC.com.
The APP is sponsored by Owl Paddle. Quiet the competition.
Charles Smith Wines, the official wine of the APP Tour. And Hotel Planner, the official hotel booking supplier partner of the APP.
Bobbi Oshiro taking the opening game at 15-8. Never really felt like she was not in control.
That ball right there, back foot, forehand roll, and Sewing was just like, yeah, can't get that.
Bobbi Oshiro, 5 APP golds this season. She's 5-0 in gold medal matches. However, none of those have come in women's singles. The last time, in fact, that Oshiro medaled in women's singles was all the way back in March of 2024 in Miami. She picked up a bronze. Worth noting that Oshiro did take home the women's gold in singles in nationals in November in Mesa. As Sewing clips the tape on a long rally.
Yeah, good patience there from Oshiro, choosing the right ball to approach on. Had a good deep ball there to the forehand of Sewing. She tried to hit the Oshiro roll that we saw her on game point from game one, but ended up catching the net cord. Oh.
Off the edge guard.
A little bit too big of a swing there from Oshiro on that one with the adjustment off the net cord.
1-1. Point.
Just wide. So a couple of errors here from Oshiro to start game one.
2-1.
Sewing returns the favor. Another forehand into the net for Sewing, and looking into her corner, Casey Diamond over there, and you get the sense that she's looking for something, maybe an answer to why the ground strokes haven't been quite as clean today.
Oh, Oshiro, so good right now, taking that ball early, and we're just seeing that Sewing doesn't really have much time to recover right here, react to the next ball coming from Oshiro. I think that's been, a big key for Oshiro, as well as her ability to kind of take away the recovery time for Sewing.
Sewing looking down at the line, and having the issue with the time was something that she was able to flip the switch against Simone Jargin. Jargin was applying pressure in that quarterfinal matchup, has not had the answer so far to push Oshiro back off of the baseline.
Well, right now, Sewing's trying to go for a little bit more as well, but we've seen a couple of balls sail.
6-2. Side out. Point 3.
Missed third there from Oshiro. Keeps it a 3-point margin here in game number 2. Sewing trying to advance to her 7th consecutive championship Sunday since bursting onto the tour scene.
Ooh, just wide. Missed the open court right there.
It was the angle that she wanted to. The lane was open.
7-3.
Missed return. When you're a player like Sewing and you're having these issues start to pop up in your game, how do you rein it back in?
8-3.
Focus on using the legs. Focus on staying down through the shot.
Always helps when you get a miss from your opponent as well.
Yeah, well, that helps too. But right now, let me talk, like I've said a couple of times, is Sewing is trying to go for a little bit more, but she's popping up out of that stroke. So now the ball's kind of sailing. Linda Long getting in trouble over there for coaching. I watched her as she came forward signaling timeout. I don't think she realized there was another referee on this side of the court.
Point.
Just wide. That was a better ball there from Sewing. Pushed Oshiro back behind the baseline. She was able to get forward and put pressure on.
Also, a little bit of verbal encouragement from Sewing after that point, trying to get herself back in, and another come on after a missed return from Oshiro. Sewing now within 2.
7-8.
Oh, what a pickup. Oh, Oh, goodness. Sewing trying to move forward, but pulled up on the approach.
Ball just deep there from Oshiro. So a good job here by Sewing. Closing that gap, starting to put more pressure on Oshiro. We've seen a couple of mistakes from Oshiro when she's trying to rush to get that shot off before Sewing can get into good position.
You could see Oshiro's thought process there was trying to roll and drop that in the kitchen. Just didn't have quite enough distance on it. Another point for Sewing. It's 9-all.
9-9. Side out. Point 10.
And again, Sewing looking at the court there. Didn't come up like she had anticipated. We've seen it a few times where players catching the top of the ball. We also saw Oshiro kind of shadow swinging as well, with the focus of staying down in the legs. That's smart there from Oshiro. Out wide to the forehand and then short to kind of mid-ball, angle ball to the backhand side. Forces Sewing to cover the most court. Oh, read it well.
Sewing moving forward.
Yeah, Oshiro read it well right there. Just a little bit of a mishit.
Into the net, 11 apiece. Sewing refusing to go away.
Oh, just to get that ball flattened out on Oshiro.
Sewing finally was worked herself ahead, 12-11, trying to force yet another game 3.
Yeah.
Oh, the cut on that was just perfect.
Yeah, excellent volley there from Sewing. Sets it up well, deeper ball to the forehand. The only real opportunity Oshiro has right there is to go down the line. Sewing takes that next volley early, creates the angle cross.
13-11.
Overshot the mark there. Oshiro back within 1 and on serve, 12-13. Oh, Oshiro going back behind, 13-all.
A little two-hand cut volley there from Oshiro. Excellent read. I think the key to Oshiro's volleys is she doesn't take a big backswing. She trusts the hand. She can see that ball out in front.
Trying to roll it back, cross. Sewing forcing the error, and now Sewing with a game point.
Well, we've seen Oshiro with a couple of misses, trying to go for that backhand roll.
14-13.
You do not want to give Bobbi Oshiro an overhead.
Oshiro has one of the best overheads in the game. Showed it there as she draws even at 14.
14-14.
Ooh, that was not out.
I saw that in.
Yeah, that was in.
A point for Oshiro, and now it is match point for the 4 seed. No doubt about that as Oshiro sprays it wide, 15 all.
Sewing turning to Shelby Bates up there in the stands saying, was that ball in? And Shelby said, yes, it was inside the line.
Well, there were a couple of indications of in up in the stands.
Oh, that's big.
What a winner from Sewing in a big moment.
That's a big forehand there from Sewing. Oshiro doesn't do enough with that volley and just puts it back down the middle of the court.
16-15.
Yikes.
Bobbi Oshiro put it just out of the reach, 16 all.
That's a good sequence there from Oshiro as well. Bigger on the return, goes deep to the backhand, opens up that court, puts Sewing on the run.
16-16.
Cross-court angle brings up match point number 2.
That was a little bit of a mishit there from Oshiro as well, but it turned into a perfect volley.
17-16.
Good angle there from Sewing. Back and forth we go. Well, Chad, since you were so correct about the men's singles score prediction in New York, do you have a prediction for this one?
All right. I think Sewing's going to take game 2, actually, but it's going to be 21-19.
That means we have a ways to go as she puts that into the net. Cannot believe she missed it, and she is gifted Bobbi Oshiro with a 3rd match point.
18-17.
Oh, that ball's going out.
3rd time's the charm. Bobbi Oshiro takes down Sofia Sewing in straight games. It is the first time on tour this year that Sewing will not advance to championship Sunday. Instead, it'll be Bobbi Oshiro. We will hear from the 4 seed coming up next.
Everyone knows standing still doesn't get you where you want to go. It's all about movement and progression, power, strength, innovation, expertise. On the court, off the court, and on the way to the court, you have to expect more out of yourself. And you should expect more of the company who makes your tires. Getting you more miles, traction, and safety is why we get up in the morning. Let's drive forward. Expect more. Fortune Tires.
Now it's not the time to give up, but to give in. I won't allow it. You won't allow it. I mean, the couch doesn't own you. You own you. Am I right? Of course I'm right. You can do this. Well, maybe not this. But you get the idea, right? Don't be a couch potato.
Find a doctor at you'llbeback.com. Arnold says, do it now.
This is pickleball.
It's fun.
It's exhilarating.
It's healthy.
It's how I met my friends.
It's how I met my community.
It's how I met my goals.
It's how I won it all.
Pickleball is for all.
Become a member for free at usapickleball.org.
The APP is sponsored by
Move, the official outfitter of the APP Tour staff.
And Classic Pickles, official pickle of the APP Tour.
Well, it's a 4-seed Bobbi Oshiro upsetting the 1-seed Sofia Sewing. Oshiro moving through to her first singles championship Sunday here on the APP Tour in 2025. Came out, really put the pressure on Sewing, moved that ball around, and she's courtside with Dorian Kraft and our Franklin post-match interview.
Thanks, Chad. Bobbi, you've been able to do something that no one else has been able to do on tour this season. You've beaten Sofia Sewing in a semifinals and in straight games, no less. What was the game plan coming into today?
Game plan was just kind of trust my shots, trust the preparation that I've been putting in, knowing going into this match, Sofia has done really well in this past year in singles, and she's been very dominant. So just kind of going out there and have fun and play my game.
Well, it certainly looked like you were having a lot of fun. You talked about trusting your shots. What did you feel like was working best for you today?
I think I like to pride myself of being able to make a lot of balls. So from the baseline, so being able to just be steady, make a ton of balls, and then find opportunities to take balls early and come up to the end, put pressure.
Now, I know you've won a gold at Nationals last November in Mesa, but this will be your first ever championship Sunday on the APP Tour in women's singles. What does that tell you about your game and how far you've progressed since you started?
Actually, yeah, I didn't realize, but no, it's my first finals. I'm really excited, knowing that the draw is getting tougher and tougher. There's a lot of players improving, getting better. There's a lot of players coming into the game, so being able to make this finals means a lot, and hopefully I'll be able to play the same way as I was today, and then take it to it on Sunday.
Well, Bobbi, congratulations. We will see you on Championship Sunday. Don't go anywhere. There's still plenty of action ahead here in Newport Beach.